Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching another episode at Investing with All I See is W. Today, I wanted to share with you 5 tickers that I feel can add significant value to your investment portfolio. But first, before I begin, I'd like to inform you that the information I'll be sharing with you should be used as guidance information only, and anytime when you make an investment decision, please do your investment research. Let's get started. Ticker number one I wanted to share with you is by the company Tesla, ticker TSLA. Today, the share price dropped close to 23%, including the aftermarket, as you can see here, with the current share price set at $323. The fact that the share price has dropped about a quarter in its share price within a day, I feel like if you're a long-term investor, let's say if you do already have existing shares of Tesla where your dollar cost average is higher, let's say at, for example, 400 or 360 or more, then you can consider dollar cost averaging down. It's very difficult to time when the lowest point would be, but the fact that you can actually purchase shares at a lower cost than what your overall average cost is, I highly recommend doing that because it can bring down your total average share price. And now when the share price starts going up, that's when you'll start gaining on positive proceeds, and you don't have to worry about companies like Tesla because these companies will grow. It's just right now it's just being shorted by short-term people who are trying to go against the norm of Tesla at this time. But to me, let's say if you are a day trader, in terms of share price value, I believe with the market sentiment in terms of where it's headed right now, Tesla can go down even further just based on how the tech industry is being sold off right now. But to me, as a long-term investor type of thinker, I would consider just purchasing dollar cost averaging down and just looking at it as a long-term investment with Tesla because companies like Tesla will just continue to skyrocket. So you don't have to worry as much. Now, my current thinking is that the share price this week may continue to go down. Although, let's say if you're trying to go long-term investment, now's a great opportunity to just buy. The fact that you got it at a 20% discount, that's a great news right there. Okay, I'm going to go over next to ticker Apple by the ticker AAPL. So what's so unique about this is that you can actually purchase Apple shares of close to 8% off today. And what we know is Apple has a solid financial balance sheet where it has a low amount of deficit in terms of borrowing money. It has so much liquidity and profitability where you don't have to worry about Apple. Let's say in the face of a recession, Apple can sustain itself, and with its product line, most Americans, including the whole world, are just so revolved around Apple products. And to me, this is a great buying opportunity. The fact that the share price dropped more than 5%, you can capitalize on just purchasing more quantity of shares of Apple. I'd highly recommend just purchasing more because in the long term, this company will gain on positive proceeds if you're a long-term investor thinking about holding on to the company more than a year or more. All right, so that's ticker Apple. Now I'm going to shift over to other value investment tickers. And the next ticker is Inovio Pharmaceuticals by the ticker INO. Currently the share price is at $9.85 in the aftermarket. This company is a biotechnology company that produces DNA immunotherapies, including vaccines, such as focusing on trying to come up with a vaccine for the COVID-19. Currently, the company has a vaccine that is being studied right now in phase 1 clinical trials. It's finalizing completion and likely initiating phase 2 clinical trials sometime this month. And I do foresee that there will likely be government funding from CEPI to support the scale up of the phase 2 clinical trials to evaluate the safety and efficacy of the INO 4800 vaccine that's in pre-approval at this time. In terms of share price though, I think this is a great buying opportunity. The fact that the share price hovered in the mid 30s and now it's in the single digits. But I firmly believe that if or when the FDA grants FDA approval for commercial use of this INO 4800. I firmly believe that the whole world, including the United States, will have an increased demand for a product like INO 4800 since it will likely demonstrate safety and efficacy characteristics. And with the share price hovering in the single digits, I do foresee by the end of the year it can go possibly up into the $30 range, even beyond that share price. So let's not ignore the potential of Inovio Pharmaceuticals. And I know in September we will be hearing about the peer review data that will be released in a journal article sometime in September, as well as hearing updates on the company initiating phase 2 clinical trials. So that's very exciting news to see how the vaccine will be introduced on unhealthy patients, and I'm interested to see the data coming out from that study. Now I'm going to go over and shift to the next ticker here that I feel can add value to your investment portfolio is the company iBio, ticker IBIO. Now what's so unique about this company? So similar to Inovio Pharmaceuticals, iBio is working on, they have two plant-based vaccines that they are working on currently in preclinical trials, where they're hoping to get into phase 1 clinical trials depending on how they submit their investigational new drug with the FDA and how FDA responds to that submission. Now what's unique about their product is they have two vaccines. One is the iBio 200, which is the VLP, virus-like particle design, with the iBio 201 being it's a protein-based vaccine, which is known as its proprietary product, Likim. So looking forward to see those two product lines enter phase 1 clinical trials, and I do foresee that the share price will likely increase as well. Currently it's hovering at $1.93, and I firmly feel that the share price can go up to beyond the prior resistance value. And let's not ignore that this company is also a contract manufacturer where it can work with other organizations to scale up manufacturing capabilities. So it's interesting to see the potential for iBio and what it can do to serve for the current state right now with the pandemic that we're experiencing. So let's not ignore the company iBio, because I feel like this company can add value to your investment portfolio. Now I'm going to shift over to the last ticker here, and that is Sorrento Therapeutics by the ticker SRNE. So as of today, the share price dropped 5.6% end of market. Now in the aftermarket, it's hovering close to 1.77% increase, with the share price currently hovering at $6.31. The fact that the share price was previously hovering at $20, dropped from $20 to $6, I feel like this is a great opportunity to capitalize if you're thinking about long-term investments, because I feel like this company can provide game-changing results in terms of its diagnostic testing. For example, the test that can determine whether you have COVID-19 or not within 30 minutes based on the color change. That right there can be an increased demand for this whole entire world, as well as its product lines such as the antiviral treatments such as COVID Track, COVID Shield. I know that there's one product line that is potentially being used in Brazil at this time for hospitalized patients. We know Brazil has a high number of COVID-19 infected patients there, so there is an increased demand for use of American-made products to support international countries, and I do see Sorrento Therapeutics tapping into other countries, as well as also trying to expedite emergency use authorizations with two of its product lines, and you can see that on their company website for the 2 out of 7 product lines related to the COVID-19 on their website. And to me, the fact that it's hovering in the mid-single digits, I firmly believe that the share price can go up to where it was previously hovering, if not beyond that. And just thinking long term, it can go beyond what the price targets are set at, like $30. So we don't know what the outcome is, and it's really dependent on just demand and how likely this company will succeed in the clinical trials in the United States. So these are the 5 tickers I shared with you, and I hope that it adds value to your investment strategy. But please be mindful that anytime when you make an investment decision, please do your investment research, okay? And I'm only just sharing this information as guidance in terms of how I see value coming in future state. So thank you so much for watching another episode at Investing with All I See is W, and let's win.